Yes, Mayor, thank you. Just a quick question. This was a sole bid for a GM dealership, and I'm just confused with the number of GM dealerships we have in and around the area. Why do we get in a situation where it's a sole bid?
They're the only ones that bid. We're looking at the RFP. Two bidders downloaded the solicitation. And one part bid.
And how aggressive are we to try and solicit GM dealers in and around the area or notify them that we have a bid coming up? Do we do any of that, or do we just look on the website, if you find it, then you place a bid? Anytime I see a sole response, I think we can get better deals and leverage the market by making sure that we have a number of bidders that bid on this opportunity. In this case, it's a GM dealership for parts, and every GM dealership in and around the area should have the ability to provide such products as well. And I was just a little confused, quite frankly, as to why we did it. So if they don't bid, you can't control it.
Okay, they don't bid on it yet.
Right.
But I would be happy to ask fleet director and our purchasing agents at the city to talk.
Thank you.
Further discussion? Councilor Stark.
Mayor, I have the same question and concern with the number of dealerships in the city, and also the fact that, or the number of companies in the city that offer this. What is the break point where this is moved to Tommy Bond? We were doing this in-house. Is that a lot of this work? A lot of the parts and the things that we were ordering? Repair services and replacement parts? Now, this is
These are original. These are all original. It includes a labor component for repair services that can't be performed by our own staff. If we do everything in-house that we can possibly do in-house. So the majority of this bid was for parts, but there's $900,000 for labor, solely for things that we don't have the skills to support.
And I thought that at that one point we were bringing it all in-house so that we didn't outsource it, and now
We have brought everything in-house that we consider cost-effective to do in-house. We have, there's certain types of repairs that we wouldn't perform on a regular basis, and paying for that skill set among our mechanics is not necessarily cost-effective. But again, I'm happy to have the fleet director.
Yeah, I'd like to just to get a better understanding of it, just so that I know going forward what the expectations are, because we've made such a move to get fleet in-house and to move that forward. So I'd really appreciate an explanation. Thank you.
And Mayor, I'd like to tag this. I'd like to get an explanation. It's a $2.4 million parts and services type, and I just want a little bit of a better understanding, so I apologize for that.
Tagged by Councilor Martin and started, but I had two other councilors in the queue.
I'll release my tactical
As
schedule.
well. Councilor Pennington?
Thank you, Mayor. Two things. First of all, I just wonder if there is a joint purchasing arrangement, with the Houston Galveston Area Council or the state or one of the others that may exist that might provide this service. And the second I would just note is I, served as outside general counsel for the Houston Galveston Council, Area Council for a number of years for theirs. I noticed that the bids for the new cars, not necessarily the repair service, tend to come from only one or two or maybe three sources. And what I was told was that the dealers, even though they may be generally in the business to sell General Motors, that they're not in the business of providing these kind of sales. You have to gear up to it, and you have to make a certain investment in capital and so forth, and have to be prepared. So it could be that they're not. Maybe this is a new opportunity for them, and maybe it's just something that not very many people think is a desirable thing to have to do. But the point is that the dealership does have to gear up to it. Not only have to be a dealer, but they have to be prepared to handle this volume of work. Thank you.
Councilmember Bradley?
Thank you, Mayor. Just another angle. I do believe that the city's procurement process is getting better, but I need to say that I've had a chance to talk to not particular vendors with GM parts and repairs, but this is a pretty generic request, if you will, and they are just literally a half dozen or more responsible firms in the area that could have responded to this. In other areas where companies that I thought should have responded and they didn't, They indicated that, as an example, now this is rapid commentary here, what happened on yesterday with this airport concession thing, when bidders put hundreds of thousands of dollars into their proposals and come forward, and then it just get kind of pushed aside or taken back, it makes them, you know what, the next time I'm just simply not gonna get into that bid process, because it takes a lot of money to compete, and sometimes we make a decision, and that's our right here, you know, as a body, no one has a right, you know, to a contract with the city of Houston, but I want us to just be mindful when we see situations where we look at it, and obviously, on its face, the question comes up, why are more people not interested in this opportunity? Some have just simply said, you know what, I don't want to engage that process anymore. Thank you kindly.
Councilmember Boyd.
Thank you, Mayor. Mayor, can you tell me how long Trumevon Motors has had the contract with the city? And secondly, was there any good faith effort for small minority-owned businesses included with the previous contracts?
The bid was issued with 11% gold for MWB participation that is in the RCA. But since the item has been tagged, we're happy to provide the information how long it has been. I'm not sure.
All right, thank you.
Item's been tagged.
Okay,